The Chaser Report is recorded on Gadigal land.
Striving for mediocrity in a world of excellence. This is the Chaser Report.
Hello and welcome to the Chaser Report. I'm Charles Firth.
And I'm Dom Knight, and have I got a disgusting story for you? It's a medical cautionary tale, Charles.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, we'll get to that in a little while.
It's really disgusting.
But I've got a terrible sort of dilemma / terrible thing that happened to me.
This is a real life thing. I don't do real life. I find disgusting stories from, in this case, Nepal.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Well, Nepal.
Really? Really? Are you just being racist, or are you parodying? I'm assuming this is your hilarious parodies of racism.
Okay.
That let you be racist with that, actually. Anyway, let's get into the episode.
Okay, so this happened last night. Not the greatest moment of my life. I really need new sunglasses, right?
Okay.
Because my I bought them for $10 like a year ago, and they're scratched, and I can hardly see out of them, right?
Okay.
And so my 20-something friends suggested that the way to buy sunglasses nowadays is to buy them online because it's just much cheaper, right? And they said if you just keep clicking on ads for sunglasses on the Instagram, you'll end up.
Oh, you didn't.
What?
Keep clicking on ads for Instagram sunglasses.
Did you know? Do you know about this?
No, I've heard some terrible cautionary tales.
Oh no! Well, this is my cautionary tale.
All right, so there you go. So if you've ever thought of doing, because I've had the same thing.
I didn't know
I've
this.
seen some amazing.
What, do you think they were joking? That was Vic and Jenna who said just buy them on Instagram.
Are you talking about the two people who were in a world famous video about how old and out of touch you were? Those two people.
So you think that they were just tricking
Tracy's.
me?
If you haven't seen the video, look up Contact Tracy's. Yeah. It's hilarious. Charles is very funny in it as the butt of the joke. But Charles, I think that dynamic persists just quietly.
Fuck them.
It's true.
Fuck them.
Instagram is full of ads for sunglasses.
Yes,
for
that's
people
right.
like us in middle-aged men with eyes, that are fading. And I've always been tempted by them.
Yes.
But then I
Yes.
looked up the company.
Yes.
On product review or whatever.
Oh no!
And discovered that
it
wasn't.
It's a total scam.
Great. So tell me how it unfolded for you.
So I started out clicking on all the Ray-Bans ads because I thought, well, that's reliable.
You just wanted to be Joe Biden.
Yeah, and actually the Ray-Bans website that links through to Instagram is really cool. You can actually get it to, you hold your camera out and it sends all your data back to the Chinese government, presumably.
Yes.
And then and it puts the sunglasses on you.
That's pretty cool.
In a way that looks like it's a computer putting sunglasses on you because they sort of don't particularly fit. But,
I got bought a pair of Ray-Bans when I was 13 or something by my uncle, and they were still the coolest present I've ever had in my life. It was right when, Rain Man, Tom Cruise, they were wayfarers. It was so cool. In fact, I want a pair of Ray-Bans. I think you sold me. But I can't afford them.
Yeah, well, exactly. So did that for a while. Still didn't get real. Like even half price Ray-Bans are still a fucking fortune.
Yeah, hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. So, but then Instagram magically, as promised by Vic and Jenna, started serving me up ads for sort of lesser brands that looked like they were still stylish and everything like that. And one was called Hawkers. Hawkers. And they had all these different varieties. And I quite like the blue tint, on the lenses because the person who I do Wankonomics with, James Schleffel, he's got some ones with sort of like a greenish blue tint on them.
And he's got a budget too, doesn't he?
He always looks incredibly stylish. That might just be because he's much better looking. And
he's
more
also
stylish
from
than
Melbourne. And somehow men from Melbourne understand style. If you understand why this is, let us know.
I don't know.
Podcast@chaser.com.au. But yes, that's true. He's a very stylish man. So you wanted to be more like James. You poor bastard. You can never be like James.
So then I clicked through and, the website is pretty slick, right? And
Hawkers.
And if I bought in the next, they had a little counter. It had some flash sale on where as long as I bought in the next 15 minutes, I'd get like an extra 40% off or something like that. It was quite a lot of money saved. So these $200 sunglasses were going to cost me like $40.
Wow.
Right, plus shipping. And so I just went, fuck it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be like Vic and Jenna. I'm going to be like James.
Because I'm going to miss out on this amazing deal that this clock's ticking.
Yeah.
That if I came back to the same website tomorrow, definitely wouldn't be there as well. Right.
So I go through and I do the whole thing and I buy it and click on everything. But you know how in Instagram, the website then just completely disappears? Like once you press the exit button, it's just gone. And there's no history that you've, like there's no browser
it exists
history.
in a weird little bubble within Instagram and then goes away.
And then I was looking through my email trying to find the confirmation because I realised I'd sent it to the wrong address. Like it filled out the address incorrectly somehow, even though I swear like it just had left it out my apartment number. So it sort of like it was going to just go. So then I'd contact customer service and going, look, I haven't even received an email. You know, hours later, still no response, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I then did what any shrewd internet Instagram buyer should do. Go to productreviews.com. Guess how much they're rated?
1?
1 out of 5, 1 star. Every single review is, this is a scam, do not purchase. They never sent it to me. And then they claimed that they had the wrong address. Like, I think even the fact that I noticed that I'd put in the wrong address was because it was a fucking scam.
Charles, have you ever bought something on a whim when you've been traveling or something like that? You bought something on a whim and it seemed like an amazing deal. And then you later realised that it wasn't? Have you ever had a thing like that when you're travelling, maybe to, I don't know, a hawker market? Like literally the name of the scam is on the tin. Someone goes, it's an amazing deal. You got to get it now. And it's normally 200, I don't know, baht, but for today, it's this price. You were played, my friend.
I was played by the hawkers. That was the hawker. Oh, no.
You just were visiting yourself as Joe Biden or James Schleffel.
No, exactly. But this story has this incredibly happy ending. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So, because there's literally hundreds and hundreds of reviews saying I was scammed, you know, don't trust this company ever again with your money, right? And I was thinking, it did piss me off. Like, if that's true, then how come Instagram takes their money to advertise this clear scam? Like,
it's a good question.
Doesn't Mark Zuckerberg have a conscience? Anyway, point is, I then look at my bank account to find out how much they took from me, these scams, and I obviously hadn't transacted it correct. The money hadn't been taken out. Like, I don't think I pressed the final button.
You'd fucked it up.
So that's probably the reason why I didn't get the email or anything like that. Like, I'd fucked up the actual transaction. So I'm now even, and I feel like I'm ahead because I've unscammed the scammer. Like, I've by my incompetence has out-scammed the scammer.
Very well played, Charles.
Yeah.
Very well played. So, yes, if you're buying things on Instagram, we may
don't.
as well just check it out.
Unless they're tickets to Wankonomics.
Oh, right.
Available.
Can you buy those on Instagram?
Yeah,
I bought something the other day and it was a total scam.
We advertise on Instagram. They've got very lax advertising standards. It's the perfect place to advertise. Wankonomics.com if you want to book tickets. Touring around Australia. More dates to be added soon.
So there you go. That's a cautionary tale with a happy ending in a sense.
And a promo.
And an annoying promo. Oh, I see. Oh, God. Actually, you can go along and see how good-looking James Schleffel is and how optimistic Charles is for thinking he could ever match his sartorial splendour. He's a very elegant man.
The Chaser Report. Less news, more often.
I have a medical story for you. This true is a cautionary tale.
This isn't to do with your medical.
No.
Okay,
God, no.
Yeah.
No, we're going to Nepal.
Oh, that's right, Nepal.
So this is a warning. This is a warning for, and if there's children in the car or whatever, you probably keep listening because they're familiar with this part of the body, and it's probably something to note for the future. So someone turned up to the emergency department of the local hospital, and look at how can I put it? There was something inside his body that shouldn't have been there.
That he'd put something up his bum.
Specifically, a water glass. A water glass.
What do you mean a water glass?
A glass
of
that
water?
You could have had for water. It just says
I
here
see. A water glass. Right, okay.
A standard glass that could be used for water, like a sort of tumbler.
Oh, my God. How did he get it up there?
Well, his initial claim, he said it's been inside me for 3 days.
What?
And he hadn't had a bowel movement in 2 days, but was able to pass wind. So
did it have a nice resonance to it?
Probably yes, it did. No bleeding. He was in a lot of pain. His initial claim, and this is according to the Journal of Nepal Medical Centre, I'll have you know, is that it had happened by accident. Awkwardly, I sat down on my chair and would you believe it?
Yes.
I wasn't wearing undies and the glasses were just on exactly the wrong angle and in whooshka.
Whooshka.
Yeah. He then admitted that it was for another reason.
For another reason.
For sexual gratification, as the doctors put it. He tried to remove the glass himself.
Why was that medically necessary to know?
Well, because this happens a lot. A lot of people shove stuff up their ass to get their jollies.
But isn't that just the doctors being
judgmental?
Judgmental? Like, what's wrong with shoving a glass up your butt if you want to?
Like, this is what happens. It's not to do with shove things up your ass.
Yes.
Just choose better. This is the point of the story is you're going to shove items up your ass.
It should have been a flagon or something with a handle.
Yeah,
like some
or
sort
an
of jug.
eggplant or a carrot or whatever.
Yeah.
Just something that can come out more easily. Because this is the problem. This is where the story gets disgusting, but also I feel informative, Charles. He tried to remove it himself.
Yes.
But failed. They did an X-ray. Yes. I've got the picture of the X-ray here. There you go.
Oh my God!
Yep,
my God!
It's a big glass.
I think we need to update the visuals on this, which is it's a proper
It's pretty
tumbler.
big. It's a proper tumbler.
with sort of fairly straight edges.
Well, this is where the problem comes in.
Yes.
So what they tried to do,
grip it.
That's right.
Yes.
It's a very bad choice of object because you can't get a firm grip.
Yes.
Plus, it was inverted. Right, the top of the bottom of the glass was on the top.
Yes.
It's confusing when you're talking about the bottom, but the bottom of the glass was at the
anus
top
end.
of the bottom. Yeah,
Yes.
at the internal end, not at the anus end.
Yeah.
If you think about it, the open bit was on the bottle. It's hard to grip.
Yes.
Presumably quite
well,
slippery.
especially it'd be slippery because there would be sort of fluids.
There'd be stuff around.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was challenging. Medical staff then performed an exploratory.
So always, moral of the tale, always put something with a bit of texture, so a bit of grip.
Or at least put the glass up the other way around.
Yes.
But he went bottom, bottom. Okay, so they did an exploratory laparotomy.
How did he get it in?
Laparotomy. It was a laparotomy. It mustn't it? Which is a surgery to open up the abdomen. And what they tried to do now is, it's technically known as milking. They tried to squeeze the lower intestine and just basically deliver the glass.
Wasn't he doing that on his own?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. He was trying to just basically squeeze it out as though it were a bum baby. But it was unsuccessful as, and I quote, the glass was high up, inverted, and tightly wedged.
Oh! They're not going to break it, though, are they? They're not going to...
Well, this is the other reason why it's a terrible choice of object.
They don't want to break it.
Don't choose something breakable.
Well, don't choose something that breaks into shards.
Yes, I mean, this poor man had clearly never, or at least in his state of intoxication or whatever it was, he'd never thought about glassings, had he?
No.
Okay, so
and he obviously never dropped a glass.
No. That's this. I mean, a naive guy just getting his jollies out of a glass.
He probably had just always thought of them as sex objects.
In his mind, the glass was half full. So he did a sigmoid enterostomy was what was done.
A sigmoid.
The glass was extracted, so they cut directly into the intestine. Very disgusting.
Oh.
So all the contents of the intestine would have leaked out around the glass.
Well, luckily they had a glass to fill.
Yeah, that's right. But they managed to get it out. And he was in hospital for 7 days recovering.
Yeah, well, cutting open your intestines is a terrible idea because that's basically putting poo in your body.
Yes, it's not a good idea. So then 2 months later, he went back to the doctors and he'd fully recovered. And it says here that the most common reasons for an object inserted into the anus is sexual gratification. Yeah. It's not to have a drink. Like, that would have been very misguided if they were trying to do.
And they just wanted to clear that up, just in case anyone was under any misapprehension there.
I mean, have you heard, Charles? I have people proposing a toast and saying up your bum. It's
That's what it means.
It's not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. So anyway, he's working now as a glassy at a pub and he's much happier. I got to say, though, the thing I want to see is an ultimate challenge for a dishwashing brand. Can you imagine? Finish. That's what he was trying to do. Anyway, it's a good note. Good note. By all means, shove things up there if you want.
Yeah.
Just don't choose a glass.
No.
There's better objects
Or
out there.
if you do, make sure it's got a handle.
That's right. This glass did not have a handle.
Yeah.
It says, the final note here, typically, people try to remove the object themselves several times before turning up to the hospital out of embarrassment. Clearly, just go to the hospital. The doctors will have seen everything before.
Yes.
You can't put anything up there that hasn't been done
It's the
before.
main reason we have hospitals.
That's right.
Isn't it?
That's right. It's in fact, I think that's the reason why Medicare was invented in the first place.
Yeah.
Because no one should have to pay.
Well, especially with Bob Hawke, because he had a yard glass.
I think that's the episode, Charles.
Our Gurus from Road, we're part of the Iconoclast Network. Remember to leave reviews. We've got a few new ones, and we'll do a bit of a roundup tomorrow.
Apparently, you could shove it up there in world record time if you read that.
See you tomorrow.